you're not bothered about, oh, should I make sales or not? You're just bothered about people trusting and liking you, and make sure you fit to what the customer wants consistently, like this was stated, right? So when you do that, after a while, people gain a lot of trust in you that by the time you bring anything out, like I follow a lot of people that do online things, maybe selling book or online courses, all those kind of things. If you just come up, you're a nobody knows you.
But which kind of evil bed?
Right?
I've been looking at it.
If no one knows you, you just come out of nowhere that I want to sell. There's this wonderful online course that will make you this and that and that. Anybody that looks at him like, who is this guy? Do you understand? They don't know you. But if it's someone that I've been following for a while, the person have been teaching me, not even necessarily successful, but the person have been probably teaching me some things that I've been applying over time that has been working. The day that person come and say, look, I'm creating a 30 minutes or 1 hour or 5 hours crash course that will help you, I will trust to buy that person's product. I'm not ready to, or I've not attended it to know if the thing is good or not, but I will trust and I will get it. That's branding. The person has branded himself over a time as a guru in that field, and they have gained a lot of people's trust. You understand? So after a while, if the person brings anything out, I will buy it. So that's personal brand. Another thing is business brand. In business, I think sales and branding should go hand in hand, because for a business to stay afloat, you need to be able to make some money.
I feel like catching this bait.
But for a business to,
you're looking for fish, eh?
Okay.
For a business to stay, for a business to stay long,
come and beat me, oh. I'm not that small, oh.
There's someone that does put this at the front of.
So, in terms of owning a business, you need sales, but you should not forget to brand your product, because branding is what will make your business stay for the longest of time. At some point, there are a lot of people that buy from her not just because they feel she's very good, but they have already had this personal, like, oh, this is anything, even if she does something bad, they'll just have that trust. You understand? So that's what brand, like Coke. What's the benefit of drinking Coke?
Nothing. It's even bad.
It's even bad.
Do you get?
But still, they make mad sales.
Branded,
It's because over the years they have created a strong brand that when you're thirsty, you're hungry, you're outside the sun, the first thing you think about is Coke.
Still fresh.
The first thing you think about is Coke. And you see branding, when you see like Google, for instance, all those companies, you'll be wondering, they are making sales, why are they still spending so much money on adverts? It's because they want to, what branding does is it creates a lifestyle,
Keeps you constantly
in your
in the mind of
consumer's
people.
head,
Yes.
regardless of how much that thing benefits the person or not. Like I said, when you talk, I want to buy a top, Nike, for instance, just get a shoe, right? What's so special about that shoe?
What Coke is trying to do is that they're trying to brand with an iron, so that whenever you think of
a drink,
you think of Coke.
So they're putting it in the minds of
They're
people.
putting it in your mind, so that whenever you, like now, everybody has MTN as first line. If you notice, MTN is always their second line. So MTN makes it look like you're number one. So whenever you think of buying a line, it should always be MTN.
Yes.
So most of the time, branding is advertisement is different from as in trying to own a product. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because now Coke is not even, they're not even bothered if you buy or not. They just want you that whenever you think you're thirsty, it's Coke you think of. Whenever you think of buying water, you think of Swan water or Eva water. You just think of those ones as the original and the main ones. The other ones are others.
So the question I would ask is, because I'm sure we agree that branding is very important, but the question I'll ask is, how do you, because creating a brand also means differentiating yourself from the rest, so how do you actually do that? How do you differentiate? How do you brand?
How do you differentiate your brand or how do you brand?
How do you brand?
I think you just have to pick something. First of all, I don't want to lay emphasis on the competition, because I feel like I was listening to someone yesterday and he was saying the competition is actually not someone else. The competition is yourself. So you should always be saying, how do I become better than yesterday? Not Raf is doing this, how do I become better than him? No, that way you end up stressing yourself, getting frustrated. But we should look at, how do I do things better than yesterday? When it comes to differentiation, I feel sometimes it's not big. The problem is that we think it's something big. So we are looking to, maybe I should add this twist to my product or to my service. Sometimes we just be as simple as customer service. That's the truth. There's this airline in America, Delta Airline, and what they do, they tell you within 30 minutes of your arrival, you must get your luggage. That's what they tell you, And if you don't get it within 30 minutes, they'll give you a free ride, like you get a free taxi that'll take you to your location. I think they discount you for your next flight or something like that. That's their brand. They've said customer service. For KLM, all these bigger ones, Air France, for them it's not customer service.
Just like
for them it's not.
Benz is comfort.
Yes, exactly. You must know what you want to sell. For KLM, Air France, it's not early picking up your luggage early. Their own could be the luxury treatment you get in the flight, So I feel it's just you deciding what do you want to sell.
What do you want to be known for?
Exactly. I may not be big.
Because you might be in a market where there are so many people.
Yeah, the same thing. Yes.
Market, right. So, but you need to be able to stand out. What do you want people to know you for? You understand? Just like Benz now, you think about Benz, you think of luxury.
Yeah, so BMW,
but
it's the same thing.
You understand? Exactly. I want to go to my house. Even if I enter a bicycle, I will still do that. You understand? But
it's how you reach that matters.
Yeah, they just tell you luxury. Toyota now is rugged.
So they are preaching
Volvo, extra rugged.
Yes.
Bojo. 504. What do you know 504 for?
Iron.
But that one they don't go.
Iron.
They've died.
See, but
go to Ibadan. You say if they go to Ibadan.
Repeat.
40 years. Your children driving.
So the thing is, in business that you're going to me, yes, sales to me, of course, sales is 100% important. When you're doing your budgeting and all whatnot, you should dedicate some serious amount of money to sales. But branding is, to me, also very important in terms of long term.
The money dedicated to sales, what will you use it to do?
The money for sales.
What will you use it to
Markets
do?
for people.
That's branding.
Marketing
not
is
necessarily. Not necessarily. The reason why I say not necessarily. No, not necessarily.
Marketing is branding.
No, not necessarily. It depends on how you market your product. Now, Benz, for instance, you can market buy this car because it is cheap. What if your product is very expensive? What will you tell? Why would someone want to buy it?
For something else to say,
you'll be preaching the luxury. If you're a good person, if you have a good life, then you must have a Benz. You're not preaching the price. You're preaching the luxury.
But that's
the lifestyle.
That's now. See, okay, sales. What's sales? Let me sell as much as possible, right? Sales is about amount. Yeah, let me sell as much as possible. Now, branding doesn't necessarily mean sales as much.
But if you have a strong brand,
it doesn't necessarily mean sales as much. The reason why I say that
branding leads you to sell as much.
In the long run, you sell as much.
Not necessarily. Benz is not the highest sold car, but when you check revenue,
yeah, it's high. Okay, yeah.
Because when they sell one, they sold
exactly, and what leads to that's not sales anymore. That's not branding. Do you understand? That's the difference. That's why I want to differentiate. Yeah.
They sell, but not as much as Toyota.
No, check.
You know why they don't sell as much as Toyota? Because they are targeting different markets.
That's what I'm saying, the luxury market. So they have put it in your head.
But they sell everything.
Yes. Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
More expensive cars like Ferrari and all. They still
sell.
That's all.
Rolls Royce, they customize for you. They still sell.
There is. Do you know that there's really nothing extra in all these cars? All these cars, they have made cars that looks like Benz and have almost everything that Benz have. But your mind no go agree. It's not Benz. It's not Benz.
It's not with your mind. You don't know what to. If you park Benz now here and park the other one that you said.
No, they have already created that image that this is the key. They have put that image in your mind that this is the key.
you see the cars, you see them packed side by side. You appreciate both of them, they're looking good. But once you see the logo, Benz, the other one just looks like plastic.
Yes, the brand.
You will be wondering that when you bring iPhone and Android, you see that a lot of Android phone can do
Samsung,
so many things.
More than iPhone, but iPhone has.
People that use iPhone, they don't care.
Exactly, and then it now feels like Apple users have an attitude.
Use any other thing. Yes.
Do you understand?
Brand loyalty.
It feels like Apple users have an attitude.
Just loyal to that brand.
Android sells more than
that attitude is badass. Like if you don't have
Android sells more than Apple.
Definitely, yes.
Android sells more than
Samsung is better than Apple.
But Apple's revenue is more than any other.
Even Techno has gone ahead.
Samsung is better than iPhone.
But some people tell you go for free, they cannot buy
What makes people buy Apple? See, 90%. See, 90%.
Share. 90, especially Huawei, very surprising.
For iPhone, they are not bothered. Like
iPhone is not bothered.
No. Listen, 90% of the people that buy Apple is not because they know what Apple can do. It's because it's Apple.
Yes.
90%.
You just want to turn on the phone and see the logo.
So that is.
It's true.
They have created a brand.
Buy.
You understand? But Android is more of sales. It's more of sales. Like you don't even want to know. Sometimes I want to buy Android. If I don't even want to know the name. Sometimes it took me a long time for me to know.
Samsung is supposed to be.
No, it took me a long time for me to even know the name of this phone. I bought it a long time ago. I suppose I'll have to check. I say, okay, now Junior. See,
as iPhone 9, they're doing iPhone 8, they're doing iPhone 8. You know how many Samsungs come out a day? A-.
Do you get Apple just makes one phone in September.
Exactly.
Next year, until next year.
They'll do another one.
See now, Apple is not creating any other phone again until September this year. Now, Samsung has released 4 million phones since the last one.
The ones that are more popular, all these S8 and S9.
That is brand.
We don't know that.
Samsung produce phones every year.
They have flagship. They have one flagship or two flagships, and the rest are just mid-range.
J6, J7 come out at the same time.
Yeah.
See, the reason why.
With the same S.
See, the reason why I feel.
They don't do the same thing. But it's just that they have different phones.
But how about
March,
Techno?
January, February.
How about Techno?
Techno and Infinix is not a strong brand.
Every
Those ones are
month,
mainstream
5.
brands.
That's not true.
Okay. Go to Computer Village. I want my Techno. So say they come.
You know why?
You get one new one, come on.
By then you see
You know why they don't want to make phones?
see this one and they post today.
You know why? You know why?
This one will come out tomorrow.
You know why some of these guys don't want to make phones every month? You don't want to saturate. You want to make the market saturate.
No, let me tell you something.
Just like oil and gas.
Let me tell
Techno
you.
doesn't care.
Everybody has oil.
Techno
Oil
doesn't
price
care.
will
They're
crash.
just interested in making sales.
To me, have value.
Now, the reason why I say brand is that brand keeps you forever. You understand?